What is up, skate rats? Did you guys know I was missing a few muscles in my feet? Probably not. And now, you may ask yourself, is that painful? Yes. Every day. But it's nothing new to me. It's been the past 22 years of my life. So skateboarding obviously has always been an interesting sport to choose with the specific issues. But a few years ago, I was ready to file for medical disability because I was having a lot of issues with my joints coming out of the socket, my body kind of deteriorating due to the condition of my feet. But somebody suggested that I head to a custom prosthetics place who also happens to make orthopedics. And pretty much they did like Tony Stark style bone scans of me and came up with like the perfect insole to not only make my body work better, but heal all of those issues that I kind of had going on. Now, you also may ask yourself, Cody, custom orthotics from a prosthetics place, that's really high end. Those sound expensive. They are. That's why my orthotics in my skate shoes look like this. Like, I get as much life out of these things as I can because they are really expensive. But that also leads to why I skate World Industries usually. For the past nearly 2 years, this is the shoe I've been kind of skating specifically because it's a really wide shoe. So when I saw another company making a wide shoe, but kind of a different shoe, I decided to reach out to them and just ask them, like, hey, would you guys be willing to work with me? I know my subscriber and follower count isn't super high, but my view count, 2025, my view count was like a little under 3.5 million. So, I kind of had that going for me. In the end, it didn't work out to be a sponsorship or like a partnership, but they did send me a pair of shoes to try because they are a little interested in how they'll work with someone who already has a pre-existing medical issue. And that company is Splay shoes. So, to be honest, I did not expect them to send me anything. They sent me these impact inserts, which I am going to switch out for because they are flat. And it's just like a dense foam. Like, I wouldn't say that this is anywhere near like Remind or anything like that. But these are the shoes, and not only are they kind of wide at the back, they're also wide up in the toe box. And I have big feet to begin with, so I'm super excited to lace these up. Okay, so I got them laced up. You can obviously tell they look different. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I don't know. Now, things that are very clearly noticeable. I'm never a huge fan of stitching around my ollie position. I really hope that that is glued, but I don't know. Like, that's something I kind of have to figure out. The next thing is there's zero lace protection. Like on the World Industries I skate, the laces flip to the inside, and that's something I've always liked about this specific style, because not all the World Industries are like that. So I'm sure I'm going to rip laces. Now, they did include a second set of laces, but, I won't know until I try them. And I also have a brand new board, so I don't know if a kickflip first try is feasible for me, but of course we're going to give it a shot. So that session was very rough. Now, there's other things going on. My daughter kept me up until late. I had to go pick up my board, so that was kind of like a meeting with my sponsor and stuff like that. So I kind of have a headache and I'm tired to begin with, but that is irrelevant for what I'm about to say. So, how are the shoes? Well, they're different. It's kind of nice to see something different. I think these shoes work really well for walking around, but outside the realm of that, it's going to be really hit or miss. I would say about 20% of all skaters might really, really like these, and 80% wouldn't. But let's just talk about the things I like and the things I don't like. So I like the spacing here. It does feel nice. You get a lot of board feel if you like board feel, but honestly, I don't. Not for many years. I used to love board feel. Now I prefer something that protects my foot better. The next thing is they advertise like impact foam. I'm going to be flat honest. You could buy better insoles from Dollar Tree. That is just 100% the truth. Do not purchase these and expect there to be any impact resistance, whether that is the outsole or the insole or even the additional sole. None of it helps. And I think they should kind of advertise away from saying the word impact, because since these are barefoot shoes, just by the base shape and that, I would play into that more personally. The next thing I really didn't like is the bottom is not really grippy. Or at least it's not as grippy as something like World Industries. And this is a $90 shoe, and the World Industries are $40 shoes. So the fact that I'm sliding around so much, maybe you would like that if you do a lot of stuff where you're moving your foot around consistently. But if you want to stay like locked into a trick, there is a chance you slide, and everybody knows that little bit of slide really can mess with you. On top of that, the shoes are wearing really fast. If we look here, you can see this lip, and if you look here, like you can see that's completely gone. And this is one session. I've been skating for an hour. I've done maybe 50 kickflips, which leads into the next thing I don't like. They really don't work for my fakie kickflips because I throw the board out in front of me and let the board kind of catch up to my foot before I flick. When the nose hits against the shoe, it pushes the board away from me, and it does like a varial flip, which is something that is kind of a nuisance. I'm not a huge fan of that. But with all that said, it is obviously your guys' opinion. I don't think the shoes look bad. Do they look a little strange? Yeah, but whatever. If you have bone issues in your feet, I think these could be really, really helpful with a better pair of insoles. But since I have muscle issues, these are not the shoes for me. To be honest, I almost completely stopped. I landed primo once, and I caught my axle nut right around the ball of my foot, and it felt like a taser at the bottom of my feet, which I haven't felt in a long time skating. So these I might use to walk around in, or keep them in my car as a backup, or if I potentially find someone else who wears a size 11, might be interested. But I'm going to go back to my World Industries. That's my honest opinion. If you guys have any other questions, drop a comment below. But it is what it is. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. As always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Have a great day, and once again, thank you, Splay, for actually sending them to me. And please don't be too mad for me being honest. Have a great day, guys.